Hello everybody. If we compare today's business world to a battlefield, organizations today need to have very effective communications to win this battle. I, Ajwad, and my team are going to take you through the importance of effective communication with the theme, winning the battle with effective communication. But before we go there, what do you think? Is communication an important aspect of today's business world to make progress? For our society to have peace? To make peace? Think about it. To explain the importance of communication, let me take you through two contrasting stories from the world of pharmaceuticals. First, the story of penicillin, a drug used to treat infections even today. In 1897, Ernest Duchess presented a thesis on penicillin, but it was rejected. But he didn't have tweeters or blogs to explain this to the world. And Alexander Fleming comes across penicillin in 1928, and he had problems in communicating his ideas, and that didn't kick off. And 1930, penicillin was first used to treat gonococcal disease in newborns, and only in 1940s, penicillin was put to mass production to treat infections in World War II. At the time, 1 out of 5 people were dying of infections. It took 42 years for penicillin to make to the world. Let's compare this to a recent time story. A drug, Herceptin. This is used to treat HER2-positive breast cancer. In 1996, Dr. Axel Ulrich and Dr. Michael Shepard from Germany worked in collaboration with Dr. Dennis Sloman from California, all the way across the globe, to find Herceptin. 96 to 98, this was put to clinical trials, and 1998, this was used as the first-line treatment for breast cancer. Do you think the story of Herceptin had the advantage of today's today's communication technology? Think about it. If communication is a weapon, this can also backfire on us. One mistake in communication can be very expensive in today's world. Effective communication is a must-have weapon today to win the battle. Let me introduce my team today who are going to present. Tushara will present Effective Writing to Win, Preparing and Presenting to Win by Hisham, Effective Meetings by Kapila, Negotiating to Win by Suranga, Effective Listening by Sajiva. Last but not least, very interesting topic, Effective Cross-Cultural Communications to Win will be by my friend Kasum. Please welcome the presenters. Thank you.
Thanks, Ajwad. Hi everybody. I just received an email from one of our important clients with complaint about our support service. If I don't win him back, my company going to lose a valuable customer forever. I need to write an email to him. I'm sure most of you have gone through with this kind of a situation in your professional life, maybe in your personal life. I will take you through a quick journey on some important aspect of writing today and how can we win the battle with effective writing. Writing need to be with purpose. Think, are you going to express an idea or explain a problem or create understanding? In business writing, you're not going to show your English vocabulary or confuse reader or entertain reader. Good writing always need to be concise. Short sentence, simple wording, and clear structure and logical flow. Think, what type of a writing you're going to do? Is it a persuasive writing that you're going to convince reader to agree with you? Or is it a descriptive writing that gives clear idea about what you're writing? It can be a narrative writing that tells a story, or it can be an informative writing that gives some information. Good writing is need to be with correct tone. Use jargons when necessary. If you use MIS instead of management information system in your writing, maybe readers will not understand. Always use correct words. Always match your audience. You will not write to the top management as you write to your sales team. Next, I will go through with the writing process. First stage, pre-writing. That is the stage you think what need to write. Second stage is the drafting, that you write what you thought. Next is revising, that you think, did I write what I thought? If you feel what you write is not what you thought, then again go to the second stage and write it again. You may go from second stage to third stage and third to second again and again until you satisfied with your writing. Once you satisfied with your writing, go to the last stage, which is publishing. Finally, do you think you will be able to be an effective writer if you follow this point? Do you? Thank you for your attention. I will call Hisham to take us through his presentation.
Thank you, Tushar. Over the past years, I've been conducting trainings for sales staffs related to administration, product, and customer service. Sometimes we may also have to participate various types of training in order to develop our knowledge. I've seen most of the presenters, they do mistake when they deliver their presentation. If you are a presenter, how would you identify and overcome this situation? It is about winning the battle with effective communication. Guy Kawasaki, as an author, he says, no one or very few are born as good presenter. At the moment, you might not be a good presenter, but believe me, when you develop your knowledge, when you practice harder, one day you can become a good presenter. Let's see how to prepare a successful presentation. Purpose of the presentation is important. It will give you a clear guideline and it will give you a clear framing in the presentation. Develop a theme based on your objective. In a single sentence, the audience should understand the essence of the presentation. Audience can take so much information in a limited time. So therefore, prioritize and decide what are the key points that you need to discuss. Understand the audience, who are they, what they need from your presentation. Let's see how to frame your presentation. In introduction, tell them what you are going to tell them. Write down the opening statement briefly and try to have a good rapport with your audience within first 5 minutes. In body, tell them what you are going to tell. Follow the KISS principles, keep it short and straightforward. In conclusion, tell them what you told them. Write down the closing statement briefly and end your presentation successfully. Even if your content of the presentation is perfect, there are things that are often overlooked. These can cause a negative impression. Use gesture to enhance your presentation. Try to relax your arms beside your body. Posture is how you hold your body while standing, while sitting, and while walking. Don't be too stiff. Try to time your presentation whenever you practice. In winning the battle with effective communication, we discuss how to conceptualize a presentation, how to structure it, and factors affecting negatively a good presentation. Finally, if you don't know what you want to achieve in your presentation, your audience never will. With this message, I am concluding. Kapila will take over the next topic. Hope you will enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hisham. Good day to you all. Meeting. When you hear the word meeting, what comes to your mind? Probably a boring, time-waste gathering which has no meaning. Is that the case always? No, I don't think so. If you plan a meeting with a proper structure, I think you can easily transform these boring gatherings into an effective meeting. Let's look at some key steps of an effective meeting. Planning. Having a proper roadmap agenda with time allocated to each agenda point. Purpose. Why you are meeting and what you are trying to achieve at the end of the meeting. And results. Data and information required for the meeting, whether you have it or you need to find it. Ground rules. Ground rules, there can be again many depending on the team who are gathering. Again, I have kept few here which I felt are the important ones. Opening and closing on time, time management. Respect others' views and new ideas and alternatives coming up. Listen to understand and contribute at the right time with the right points. Assigning roles. Who is a facilitator? Facilitator is someone who is conducting the meeting or keeping the discussion agenda focused. Timekeeper. The one who is remembering the speakers the time allocated to them or remembering team when they have to move to the next agenda point. A note taker. One who is writing on the flip chart, laptop, notebooks, your key decisions and action points agreeing during the meeting. Documenting. The missing part of a meeting today. What do you document really in a meeting? Minute of meetings, your key decisions taking, or the action plans. Let's look at some common issues and solutions. What are the common issues that you're having in a meeting today? No show. People doesn't want to participate, they don't come. Or they come, they're not prepared, or they don't want to participate. Or no synergy within the team. So what do you do differently to overcome these issues? You can probably send the agenda well in advance so people are aware what they're going to discuss on that day. Distribute background data and information for them to be prepared and come. Give different assignments on the roles that you have assigned. So they'll do a bit of research and then come prepared. So by doing all this, you're going to create active warriors who are ready to participate. So do you think if you do all these steps effectively, that you will not be able to transform these boring gatherings into an effective meeting? I'm sure you do. Thank you for listening. I would like to invite Suranga for his next topic.
Hi everyone. I just came from the bank after negotiating one of our credit facility agreement. What do you think about negotiation? Do we need negotiations in current business world? In business, every day we do negotiations with suppliers, with customers, with the bankers. So it's all about bargaining process between two or more parties to reach an agreement and maintain relationships. Negotiation is very important in the current business world to winning the battle with effective communication. William Ury, an author and good presenter, according to him, negotiation is getting to yes with yourself and others. Why negotiate? It is to reach an agreement, to settle an argument, to compromise, to beat the opposition. There are two types of negotiation. One is distributive negotiation and the other is integrative negotiation. Distributive negotiation is win-lose situation. Here the entire gain made by one party and the entire loss incurred by other party. Integrative negotiation is win-win situation. Here both the parties jointly will look at the problems and try to find solution. So negotiation can be challenging, but with right techniques and tools, you can become more effective negotiator. There are three things: strategy, timing, listening. Strategy will help you to develop the negotiation process. Timing is more important in any negotiation. You may know what to ask, but you should know when to ask. You have to be sensitive when you ask for something to the party. Listening to other party will give you an idea about their thinking. There's a process for negotiation also, starting from preparation, discussion, bargaining, agreement. In preparation, you can develop a strategy. You can find your strength and weaknesses as well as other parties' strength and weaknesses. In discussion, you can explain, you can clarify, you can justify your ideas and suggestions. In bargaining, you can make arguments. You can find solution. And finally, agreement. The result of winning the battle with effective communication. So, negotiate. every time before you take any decision. It will help you to find best alternative solution. Thank you for listening. My friend Saji is here to take the next topic. Thank you again.
Hello everybody. My friends took us through the various aspects of communication. I'm going to talk about the key, the X factor that could win the battle for you. According to Professor William Ury, the listening is the missing half of communication, which is absolutely necessary but often overlooked. We all know that listening is important, so why don't we just listen? In ordinary listening, we do listen to the words said, but listening is more than hearing words or reading body language. Today, we are living in age of communication, where we have easy access to mobiles, emails, tweets, etc. But there is something missing, something that could help us to avoid misunderstanding, resolving conflict, more importantly, building trust and relationships. That something is listening, the art of listening. The listening is the most sincere respect that we could give to the other person for what he says, because we all love to be heard. What is genuine listening? Genuine listening means we get the message clear and complete without any bias. In genuine listening, we move the focus to the other person. We try to look at the matter from other person's perspective by considering needs, emotions, feelings, etc. Why genuine listening? Listening helps to connect with the other person. Secondly, listening makes the other person listen to you. Last but not the least, listening will not cost you anything, but it will bring you huge benefits. How do we do it? Not by faking, but concentrating. Concentrating while listening is a challenge because we think faster than we talk. The 80-20 rule of listening says that we spend more time in listening and less time in talking. That means 80% of the time in listening, 20% of the time in talking. Therefore, let's listen. Let's listen genuinely. Thanks for listening. My friend Kasun is up next to take us through cross-cultural communication.
Thank you, Sajiva. Here onwards, I'm going to take you through cross-cultural communication and importantly, how to win the battle with communication across borders. What do you think about cross-cultural communication? Do you think whether it can be a mess? Of course, it can be a mess if you don't understand the concept of cross-cultural communication properly. The thumb rule is, people see what they want to see, based on what they accept and what they're familiar with according to their cultures. Today's world, we are dealing with a global business. Therefore, we might meet people from various countries and various cultures. Therefore, the understanding of this cross-cultural communication is really important. According to Ricardi, the culture is the system of behavior that helps people act in an accepted or familiar way. So this accepted and familiar way is always linked with cross-cultural communication. There are various barriers in cross-cultural communication, such as different customs, different beliefs, different habits, and different rules. And importantly, how people follow rules. In Western custom, people greet with a shake hand, but whereas in countries like Japan or China, they greet with a bow. When you move to the different habits, to express, sorry I quite catch whatever you said, the Norwegians use just one word, which is hey. For them, it is very efficient. But do you think if a stranger hear this, will it be effective? This is something for you to think. Let's look at this picture. What do you think? Is it Norwegians or Asians follow the rules? You might think that Norwegians follow the rules. but Asians also thinking that they are following the rules. What do you think that if a Norwegian goes to India and drive there, will he be able to reach home? Finally, the question is how to win the battle with communication across borders. According to Ricardo, what we have to do is we have to identify all the good things of each and every culture within your business, and we have to collaboratively create one new culture for your business where everybody can fit in. With that, we will be able to win this battle with communication across borders. So with that, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you, team, for the wonderful presentation and insights on communication skills. Before we conclude, I would like to leave with few important key messages. Today, collaboration is key to win, and better communication brings better results. Communication is always two-way thing. There is a sender and there is a receiver. Always think about these two aspects. And all-round skills gives the edge. So let's work on all-round communication skills and win this battle. Thank you. Thank you for listening.